Welcome to Clash of Health. Thanks for being here today. It's January 22nd and 2026. I'm continuing to catch up on Akashic Weather reports, and I'm up to early January of this year. Again, this is what I get in a meditative state as I go into the Akashic Records. More and more, I'm discovering that I am using shamanic tools that have, I think, long been dormant and are opening more and more. Or maybe it's not that they've been dormant, but I've been unaware that I've had them. And now it's coming really to be evident to me that. And so, given all that, that, um, this is my interpretation of reality in spaces that are non-ordinary, let's call them. You're going to have your own interpretation of what I got, and it's going to be magical however you interpret it because it will be your reality. So, um, maybe come into your own space of wanting to receive these words if you're listening from the highest plane and how they can best serve your life, not necessarily just looking at my life, but these words are words I am supposed to put out for others to do their own interpretation of. So that's all I want to start with today. Again, I tried to piecemeal information together that I've gotten that might be valuable to others. So here we go. Happy days are here again. Sky is blue and clear again. And I was concerned where I was going to be going next from one place to another. I was staying in one temporary housing place and I was going to another. And I said, will I like it? And they said glass houses. And then I said, I might not get there. And they said, you will. Have faith as your journey unfolds in front of you. Let bygones from the past go. Move on to sunnier days before you. Carpe diem, seize each day as they present. Then I saw myself walking down a road with both sides of the earth rift on either side. So there was like an earth rift, and I was walking through the middle. I had a choice to fly or climb the ladder down, and I chose to go down. And I asked, is this where the House of All is? And I was told yes. So if you haven't been watching videos or reading my Substack stuff, I was called to leave Asheville, North Carolina, to sell my house and to go to Santa Fe, New Mexico, to build the House of All. And I got there in early November, and it has yet to occur. So actually, I've left New Mexico just to kind of have a little reprieve. Um, but I asked as I climbed down within the earth rift, is this where the House of All is? And I was told yes. It feels like I will leave things behind. And they said, yes, sunnier days are ahead, take them. Will my dog like what's next? Leaving Santa Fe to go to the state I'm currently in? And I was told yes. Um, and then I questioned, will I stay in the Southwest? And Anki came through showing me a Crater Lake. This paradox is ending soon. It's ended for you, and others need to catch up. The fragility of the matrix is palatable. Teach others how to sew, stitch their lives back together after the fall is recognized. And then I go down the rabbit hole. I felt like I was receiving an attunement, create something new, dance, find your webbing. Then I went to the mundane and I said I miss running. I've been kind of tied to my dog and I haven't really had a chance to do a lot of things that I normally would do, like running. And what can I do today? And they say, explore other options. And then they said, friendships will be made in the strangest of places, be the change. It's needed to right wrongs from the past. I think of a friendship that ended, and I wondered what I could have done differently. Then they start to talk about truths that want to be revealed. Do it now. Stay here today. They told me that day. And they said no business outside of this domain today. Yellow zone, kind of like a warning. More is to come, more is to be revealed. Then Jesus came through. He said, "We are with you, sister. We are with you." He opens a door of light. Um, be happy. I go into this peaceful state. It was like a transmission. Then on January 5th, I asked about the Venezuela situation, and I was told it's a quagmire, a mess, a dangerous situation. No information beyond this. Um, then I asked a personal question. I was worried about a loved one, and my grandmother came through and she said to call this person. They had to have surgery. Unfortunately, they did well through their surgeries. Stay, they said, grand finale on Earth. A doorbell was ringing. Stay put. Get your marching orders soon. Calvary. Mother Mary came through and she said, we're here for you in this time of sorrows. The earth's crust is turning over, bedrock, stay, and then here, HERE, explanation. Don't go far today. Peter, Widow's Peak. I question if I will again get to where I'm going next. They tell me to stay close to the house today. Then the next day, happy days are here again. Find joy in each day, each moment. Write, produce, keep up with your studies. All is and will be well soon. Find joy. Wonderful attunement was received. Marquee. So I'm going to check and see what marquee means. That comes up quite often in the last few years. So let me just check and see what that could mean. I almost think it's like, so marquee in slang, something or someone exceptionally popular, famous, or a major draw. So I almost wonder if it's kind of like the stage of the theater of what is to come. That's what I'm interpreting, but really curious to know what comes through for you if you want to share. Okay, where are we? Let's see. Switchback. And I took switchback for my life as I was in New Mexico. I was leaving New Mexico and I would switch back to where I I would return to New Mexico. But I actually shared that with a friend and they had a totally different interpretation. So again, use your own discretion, how it relates to you and maybe the storyline that I'm following. They said, cut your losses here. Where will I end up? And I saw a star, Star Village. Write the story of your life. People will read it. You will find a publisher. Anarchy in store for you? Question mark, question mark. And my father came through and he said, it isn't over yet. He was not a man who was known for his optimism, but he said very clearly to me, it's not over yet, not by a long shot. Fight for your life. Peace will be necessary. House of Mirrors, which I think this is a lot of what's happening right now, that we're living glass houses. We're projecting onto others what we really need to own within ourselves. And of course, I think that that could be, something that I need to behold. I saw myself digging for gold. I see myself as a typist, typing away war correspondence. And of course, I'm typing this morning. Yes, let bygones be bygones. Hold on to today because tomorrow things will change. Steep waters. Someone was helping me step into the light. It was a Pleiadian. His name was Joshua. Peaceful village can someday be your peaceful village. And I saw this proverbial house of all that I'm supposed to build. And the person who gave me the directive, that as many would think of him as a divine being, Neem Karoli Baba, Maharaji. And I felt badly that I didn't see it literally, but questioned if maybe it's in my heart. It has to be built here first. Rise up and take your rightful throne. I see the Venezuela situation and a separating from it, a splitting, a recognition of what's past. Reach down and I reached, okay, so this was kind of cool. I reached down and I saw everybody in my life, my family, not friends, but family. And I reached down and I took a hold of my kids' hands and then my nephews and my granddaughter and then even my ex-husband and his wife. And then they said each person will need to make their own decisions. All is not lost. The kingdom of heaven is upon you. Take it, stake your ground, write your own story. And then I was picking up a sweater, this sweater from the post office. And I was like, well, I like my sweater. And they said, you'll love your sweater. And I love my sweater. And by the way, this was a birthday gift from a friend that she made it for me. So I love this too. Take care of your body, your temple, your health. Set a good example. Um, and then again, I was perseverating on running. I wish I could run again. Your wish easily, just run out the door. Your wish will be granted. All things can and will come true. I see a healthier version of myself. I ask God to clear me, and I see Joshua once again, and I feel his attunement. I thank him, and he steps in, and he says, and he lets me see that I can be whole again. So the way I interpret this is this inner alchemy of balance within the feminine and masculine within myself to inner alchemize my DNA, the helix. I asked God to tell me again about the Venezuela situation, and he says, let it go for now. Nothing can be done about it. Again, marquee, and I underline marquee, which I think is almost like the stage for the future. And then January 8th, 2026, okay, so this was interesting. So I was staying in this very sweet little cabin. It was on a river, had a fire pit, really nice people owned it with my dog. And they told me the day before I was supposed to leave, um, the not the day before, but the day before I was supposed to leave to have my car facing forward because they were going to get snow and I might need to leave, um, without having to back up. And I got nervous. And so I looked at the weather and then I found that the weather actually was coming in slower. They said you should be fine. The weather should be clear the day you leave. The snow's coming tomorrow. Well, that tomorrow came and there was it wasn't really snowing. It was snowing lightly. And then I looked at the weather and it looked like the day I was supposed to leave, we were going to get a good amount of snow. And I thought, I don't want to be driving from this rural cabin area to another state that's 7 hours away in a snowstorm. So, and the place I was going looked like they were going to get snow too. So I asked in the Akashic Records, should I go or not? And it was the morning that I would have to leave because I didn't want to drive in the dark. So it was almost like if I got a yes in the Akasha, I would have to leave right then, like quickly pack up all my stuff and had been there a while. So it was going to be a to-do. So go in the caution, they say, leave without delay. Again, take these words as they're going to resonate with your life because I really think if you're listening to it, it's going to have a personal meaning. So really listen closely to this. Leave without delay. It's time to move on. You will receive marching orders from your new homestead. All will be as it will be. Call and see if you can get in early to the next place I was going. I'd have to get in a day early and I'd have to get out of this place a day early and get my money back, which I was going to let the money go if I didn't, but I did get it all worked out. If you could take the open door opportunity, take it. He put the Star of David on my forehead. He reassured me, you're on a path, you're on a sacred path. You're called forth to help lead from darkness to light. And then he said, pack and go, which I did. The place I left were so kind. They gave me my money for the next day that I wasn't going to be there. and the new place let me get in early, which is the place I'm at now, and I've been here, as you can tell from the date, several weeks. So that is it. That is what I got. Trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to add. Oh, I did. I did have to drive through a snowstorm. I drove through a snowstorm, and I really felt, I don't like driving in the snow, but I felt like ease about doing it. I felt like that I was protected, that, I did receive some kind of seal of protection from God with the direction and with the Star of David. Another thing that came through when I was driving, I rarely talk to my former husband. Not that we're in, a good space, but we just have our own lives. And I called him and I was able to intercept a miscommunication with another person for him. So it was kind of cool that, I had pulled up everybody's hands who wanted to take my hand. And it was just kind of cool that that happened the next day. It was almost like it was a attunement to reach out to him to help clear up a miscommunication that could have left hard feelings, not, and it had nothing to do with me. It was between two other people in the family. So him and somebody else. So that's that. Have a good day. I'm going to keep going. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And share the video if you think there's someone in your life who could benefit from these, I want to call transmissions of information. Please share and use discretion in your interpretation.